everyone, welcome to Whack Comics. I'm here with my co-host, as always, Tyler. How you going, man?
Oh my gosh, yes!
This is amazing. I just want everyone to know this wouldn't happen on anyone else's stream.
No,
Okay?
it would
Get
not.
this done,
Oh
kid.
my god, it would be frowned
Only
upon by
the
most
best
people.
content over here.
Hey, we go live
Oh, wow.
and earthquakes happen.
No, you're not.
Oh shit.
Oh, well, it's about that time of the show, right?
Oh, must be. Hey, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Hello everyone, welcome to Whack Comics. I'm here with my co-host. Co-host as always, Tyler. How you going, man?
I'm going so good. How are you going?
I'm going fucking amazing. It's a miracle. It really is a fucking
A
miracle.
true miracle.
A true miracle. You might even say it might be a miracle, man.
It might just be a miracle man.
We got Miracle Man.
Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for having me on the show.
No,
Oh yeah, man.
Thanks heaps for coming on. I was so excited to get you on. We're making our way through the Not Near Mint crew, and we're starting strong with you and Lady coming with us. You know.
Honestly, you started with the best one, Lady Fantastic. She's our scientist. She's our smart one. If you're gonna go with any of us, you always start with Lady.
That's what we said.
Yeah. Let's say a quick hello to the peeps joining us in the chat here already. We've got a few. It's awesome. Ruben, how you going, Ruben? Fucking burritos. Steven, how you going, Steve? DJ Links, thanks heaps for joining us. Hey, Sarah. We got Miracle Man's in the chat too. Hey, Miracle Man.
Oh, hey there.
What are you gonna do?
Float it up. Thanks heaps for coming in, man. Ace, greetings. Can't wait to have you on as well, Ace. Jeff, one love from Chicago, buddy. All right then. We usually start our show with the top three, or like our top three, what we've been reading and stuff. There's even a jingle.
Top three. The high class production.
Top three. Yeah, top three.
I didn't even hear the jingle. Did it
Oh,
play?
it didn't play for you? That's weird.
No, I didn't hear it.
Oh, well.
That's all right.
That
I'll watch
is
it on the replay.
Yeah, that's super weird. We could hear you talking over it, which was super funny. I've never seen that before.
You'll come to find out, you'll hear me talking over a lot of shit.
Well, normally it doesn't let you. I've never even seen it let people talk
Yeah,
over it
it's
before.
weird.
You must have like some whack hacks out here.
Oh, there you go.
All right, I'm gonna go first then, because I've got some shit to show off. This is what I've been reading. I got this Miracle Man because of you and Rob showing it off on Not New Mint.
Did
Last
you
week.
read it yet?
I did. I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool. Thunder Thighs. That made me laugh.
If you like that, you should track down his Orc Stain.
Orc Stain?
Oh man. Whew. Listen, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Orc Stain. The highest form of currency is petrified orc testicle.
As you would
Now-
expect.
There's a little taste of the awesomeness within those pages.
Sounds like I need to read it already.
Oh,
I got-
beautiful.
Carmen, I love this cover too. This cover is
Both
the
were
cover
good.
to it.
I really don't know which one I liked more. I thought they were both amazing.
But yeah, that was really good. It was a bit sad. It was not what I was expecting at all. Even though Tyler had told me about it last week, and I was still like a bit shocked on what I actually got.
I agree.
I wasn't going to read this. I was going to wait for the trade, but they came out with the glow in the dark cover, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to get it."
Nice.
What
and it
glows
was-
in the dark?
The cover, Tyler. The cover glows in the dark. It's a glow in the dark
What
cover.
on the cover?
Hmm?
What on the cover?
There's a few parts. There's like this part, and that part there, that part there, that part there. There's that part there. There's that part there, over here, at the top there. Is that enough?
Well, guys, we'll be back next week. I hope you guys enjoyed the show.
My kids would refer to that response as mad dickin'. I don't know if you have that
Mad
phrase in
dickin',
Australia.
I don't have that phrase in Indiana.
Imported. It's a good one.
Are you reading this, Miracle Man?
You know what? I have not read that. I've heard good things about it though.
It is. This is the last issue. No, the second last issue, I mean. And holy shit, it's been great. Like I was really worried about the return of Sweet Tooth, just because that first series was such a banger. But he did justice. He's doing justice to it. I love it. This is the worst Black Hammer title issue that I've ever read, and I fucking love everything Black Hammer. Like legit, absolutely love everything Black Hammer. But this is the worst one that I read. I was really annoyed because it was a Madame Dragonfly story, and she's an awesome character. So I was like really looking forward to it. But Jeff Johns didn't do me a solid and write it well, I suppose. You know,
like Jeff Johns, do you?
I do usually like some of his stuff, but I don't know. It is. Have you read any Black Hammer stuff, Miracle Man?
I read the entire first series, and I think I made it through halfway through Age of Doom. I picked up a couple of issues of the crossover with Justice League, just because I was like, how the fuck are they going to do that? And it's not that I don't like it. I definitely like it, but it kind of fell off. The stack of books was too high. It didn't make the cut at some point. So
I love everything Black Hammer. Like, this is seriously the first time I've said a bad word about Black Hammer, and I've got everything of Black Hammer that's been released. But Non-Stop Spider-Man was pretty interesting. The art was a bit all over the place at times, but I think they were just trying to make it like that, so it's like, non-stop and lots of action. But
that makes sense for the title.
Yeah, but I don't know, the what do you call it? I don't know, this art just didn't sell me all the time on that. I finally found this. This was like the only fucking timeless cover that I cared about, and it took me this long to find it. But I'm glad I finally have it now.
It's so great that's probably one of the best timeless ones, because when they did the 25th anniversary back in the 80s, it was to celebrate Fantastic Four's 25th anniversary, and the Ben Grimm one was the worst one. So I'm happy to see Ben getting well taken care of by Alex Ross here.
Yeah,
same.
Yeah, Alex Ross on the thing, you can't go wrong, really.
No, you really can't.
I ended up getting the B cover to Berserker because I really liked it. And did you hear there's already been a movie announced?
A movie and
an anime series.
Yeah,
that was pretty surprising.
Yeah, I was surprised about the anime series for sure. It's like I knew the movie was coming, but the anime series was
Think they'll kickstart both of those too.
It's weird that they would announce both of those at the same time. Isn't that like, I don't think I've ever heard of anything getting announced for a show and a movie at the same time.
No, me neither.
Ever.
Matrix, maybe.
It might have been possibly that, but if that's the only thing. If it is, that was
they did that Animatrix and the Matrix 3 at the same time, I think, or maybe it was 2 at the same time. But Matrix was like a powerhouse. They were like, "Oh, it did so well," and then they flubbed the shit out of the sequels.
Yeah, and it was already a movie, like you said. So this is like literally not anything, and now just boom, everything. One issue in.
What printing is that?
That's the third printing.
That's the third.
I missed out on the first and second, so I got the third.
I picked up the first. I had it in my hand. I was like, "Oh, this is going to sell like fucking crazy," and I put it down because I was like, "I'm never going to read this book. I don't give a shit about this cover."
I'm never going to read the book either, but I fucking love the cover.
It's cool. It is cool.
Yeah, it is.
I'm such a sucker. I've got a stack here. I'm going to try and get through this quickly, but I've got a stack of Invincible covers, and I love Invincible. We've talked about it a lot. It starts on Friday. Everyone fucking get keen.
Right.
But
Nah.
I just got a stack of Invincible covers because they were cheap, and I was like, I love it, and I'm gonna get it.
I think you should stop showing them after that cover right there, honestly. I'm not even kidding. Spoilers already.
Comic series has been out for what?
I don't
like
want
a
anything
decade,
spoiled.
15 years, something like that. I mean, it was out. It took 10 years to do the whole series, right?
Yeah, but it's gonna spoil. It could spoil the show.
No,
And the
Oh,
show. This is gonna be a new batch of people enjoying Invincible.
That's true. That's true.
it won't spoil the show too much. They're just covers.
I remember you complained about the cover of like the fourth hardback, and you're like, "Damn it spoiled me."
They are great covers.
All of them. They really
these are-
are.
All right, we're getting into 100. I bought a couple of 100 variants because they were like really cheap, and so
Legit, everybody on Earth has told me I should read this series. I have never read one issue.
you got to read it.
Yeah,
I love
it's,
this cover.
it's one of my favorite stories I've ever read or watched or anything.
That's probably the worst out of all of them, but
Yeah, that's a bad cover. That's like the only bad one I've even seen.
I like this one though, with all the floating heads. You gotta love some floating heads.
No, I love floating heads.
Ryan Otley, right? That's
Yep.
the artist.
And he just
Um,
came back to do the new cover for the Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah. Is
Dude.
that just issue 1 reprinted?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your turn, Miracle Man. Show us what you got.
Oh gosh. Comics, huh? Well, you know what? Here, let me show you what I was reading. This is what I read today. Maybe this was last night. I am not real certain. But so Ahoy Comics here does The Wrong Earth. Like if you like superhero comics and you're not reading The Wrong Earth, you're missing like the best superhero title on the shelf. It's
Never heard of it.
It's Batman 66 swaps Earths with Frank Miller's Batman. Dark
Oh,
Knight
nice.
Batman. Yeah.
I like that already.
Yeah. First series, they swap Earths, and you have like Batman 66, like, how do you do, citizen? And, you know, like rapist cannibals are chasing him around. And, you know, you got Dark Knight Batman going over to the nice, and they're gets called in by the mayor and the head of the bank who's wearing like this. They're wearing like these ridiculous ass costumes because it's ridiculous Earth. It's it's nice Earth, and they're like, oh, they're robbing the bank, and he goes in and he just shoots them dead and like walks out. Like, it's a fun series. Tom Pear, who may or may not be a guest coming up on an episode of the Not Near Mint show. Tom Pear, actually, he is. He's going to be on our show tomorrow night. He's the editor-in-chief for Ahoy. He's the writer of this one. Jamal Eagle is the artist. Eagle. I always fuck up Jamal's last name. But seriously, the first series came out. It was great. Then they did like a mini series in between called Dragonfly Man, and now this is the third series, that Wrong Earth, Night and Day. And then this Legacy of Mandrake the Magician. Honestly, the art's not normally something that grabs me on for this title, but this is phenomenal. It's by Stonebot, which is an imprint of Red 5 Comics. It's got all the King feature characters in it. Well, not all of them, but like the legacy characters. So this is Lothar's son. The Phantom's sidekick's the wrong name, but he was one of the heroes from the old King feature syndicate characters. And this is Mandrake the Magician, supposedly her daughter. So I love that. I love them old timey fucking characters. And I read Walking Dead Deluxe today, which is fucking. Listen, I read the entire Walking Dead series as it came out. I loved it. Sorry, I don't know if you could tell from the accent. I'm from New York. Fuck is like hi. But see, I almost said fucking again. But I loved Walking Dead when it came out. It was my top of the read pile book. I even stuck with it after they killed. No spoilers, I guess. It's been 15 years. But when they killed Glenn, and they beat him to death with the baseball bat, I still kept on it. And I'll tell you what, my shop went from like 25 pre-orders a month to like 4.
Wow.
So a lot of people dropped it, at least locally.
Wow.
Yeah. But I kept going with it. I loved it. Great series. And I'm glad to see it get reprinted in color. People go, it's a money grab, but you know what? This is helping out your comic shops. People go in who are not comics fans and buy Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So putting this back out
I didn't
there
think
really
about
helps. Really helps those shops.
I remember my comic book store was like pretty devastated when it stopped because so many people stopped coming in because they were just coming in for Walking Dead, you know.
Walking Dead, right. It's huge. That when he put out that Negan Lives, there was no charge to the stores.
Yeah,
for Negan Lives, that was 100% $3.99 of their bottom line. You know, so. And then Nuclear Family here from Aftershock. I just read the first issue so far. I think the second one is out, but I haven't grabbed it yet.
That's cool.
So the idea is it's 1960s, Cuban Missile Crisis. All right. Now in Australia, you guys were probably like, nuclear missiles. Fuck that. Australia, you probably get an animal that eats nuclear missiles,
Yeah, probably.
Right. So you probably won't worry. Here in America, people were scared shitless. Duck and cover. They were teaching people like, oh, if you hear the air raid sirens go off, get under your desk and duck your head for an atomic explosion.
Just to stay safe.
Right. This is like that whole bunker mentality, and these people, they're running to their bunker. The nuclear war happens, and like the air raid sirens go off, and the dad wanders upstairs, and it's suddenly 50 years later in modern times. And that was the end of the first issue. So I'm excited to see where that goes.
Wasn't that a movie with Brendan Fraser?
By the Horns? Oh no, you mean
no, like that concept.
Yes, but they didn't actually have the nuclear war.
Okay, yeah.
His dad, I think it was Christopher Walken, took him down into the.
That's such a good movie.
Yeah, really good.
Do you know that movie, Tyler?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's like Brendan Fraser's last big Hollywood movie before he just disappeared off the face of the planet.
Yeah.
And apparently, I think, wasn't he one of the ones who came out and was like, yeah, I didn't let somebody sexually harass me and I suddenly had no jobs anymore. I think he said that. I could be wrong. Don't fucking quote me. Erase that from the show.
It's erased.
Thank you. And I read By the Horns here. Have you guys read By the Horns?
Wait, isn't Encino Man the one where he's a caveman? He comes back as a caveman. Yeah, that's a different one to the one we're thinking of.
Yeah, different movie. Although eerily similar because he does go to sleep for like 50 million years. So Brendan Fraser's got a lot of depth to his acting. He's great as Robot Man, though. Robot. I fucking love that. By the Horns here literally starts with unicorn murder.
Unicorn murder. Wow.
Unicorns are, as the kids here say, mad dickin' in this universe, and they're dicks. They're just dicks. Like they kill people and they're violent and shit. So they go out and they have hunters who go out and hunt them. And as you can see, this lovely young lass is sitting on top of some corpses of various monsters because the monsters all through the land. She can't find any more damn unicorns to kill. She desperately wants to kill more unicorns. And that was the end of the first issue there.
That's so cool.
Stray Dogs here. You guys read this?
Yep.
Yeah.
We both read it. Yeah, I loved it. I got that cover too.
Loved it. Don Bluth meets Stephen King. How do you complain about that?
Yeah.
And then I'll show you one more here. That's a book that I don't think a lot of people are talking about. I've heard some funky things about this writer, so I'm not 100% certain on him. But The Goddamned, the first Goddamned dealt with Noah and Judas, and Judas was the hero of the book. And Noah was like a power-mad warlord in biblical times. This one is about some weird cult that sends young brides up to marry angels, and they like take there's a warrior clan, there's like a nun clan or a cleric clan, and they take the young women up and they marry them off the angels, and all you hear is screaming. So nobody knows what happens to the women when they get married to the angels. It's a jacked up freaking story though. The art is real rough. I kind of dig it, but I'm not sure about this writer, so I don't know if somebody knows more about Jason Aaron, if he's, you know, a predatory son of a bitch, let me know, and I won't read his books anymore. But
I know he's written some big books. I wish I remembered.
He did
Southern Thor, didn't he?
he did Southern Bastards,
That might be the one I'm thinking of.
and I love the shit out of Southern Bastards. Like, I didn't grow up in the South, but I grew up in a real rural area that if you go to this day, you feel like you're walking back into 1951, and at least from a social standpoint. And a lot of those things hit really close to home for me in there, with the football culture, and you know, how you had a class of people get away with anything in that small town. So I really enjoyed that title. But then I heard some stuff about Aaron, like maybe doing something at cons, like just creepy ass shit. So I don't know if that's the case. I won't talk about his books no more. So if anybody knows, you know, let me know.
King Thor and War of the Realms are two that popped up I've heard of.
Yes. So that's it. I mean, I got more. I could literally sit here and show you comics all day, but you know,
We've got so many big plans today. Okay, so my top 3 of the week, I read Ultra Mega #1. I heard a bunch of people talking about how it was super weird, and I'm really happy people said that, because I thought it was super weird. It was a little confusing, but it was super cool at the same time. Did you read that, Miracle Man?
Which one? I'm sorry, I was taking a drink and it knocked the mic off, the headset off. What?
Ultra Mega #1.
Oh, you know what? My brother ordered it for me, so I have not read it yet, but I heard great things.
Yeah, it was really very different. It was super good though.
Yeah.
Then I read Resonant, and that was written by, I want to say it was Andrew. Yeah, Andrew, who was on Not Near Mint last week.
He was.
And it was fucking awesome. I was really surprised at how much I loved it. And not because like I thought it was going to be bad, but I didn't know anything about it. So it's like when you get a book and you never hear anything about it, and then you read it and it's amazing. It's like, why have I not heard about this? So everyone needs to go check that out on Not Near Mint. He was just on some other show I can't think of, like Comic Burrito or something too. I don't know. And then I read The Plot. That was written by Tim Daniel, who was also on Not Near Mint. And The Plot was fucking so good. It was insanely creepy, and it was like a really good family horror story. I don't know if it was more family story or more horror, because it was seriously scary, but it was really just about a family, which is really, I don't know. It was so different, like in the best way. So if you like horror or family stories or just good comics, you should read it. I also read the Kill Journal #3, which was definitely my favorite issue of Kill Journal so far, and that's written by Adam Lawson, who we interviewed a little while back. Basically, this group of people are trying to take out all these revenants who are like coming and killing people, and they're taking revenge on these revenants for killing like their family members and stuff. And this was by far the best issue. It was so fucking good. And then I read Light, which is written by Rob Cham. I got it sent to me from a PR company, and I think it's on Kickstarter right now. And I think this is the second book I've read by Rob Cham, if I'm saying that correctly. Sham, one of those two. And it is so good. There's no words. It's literally just like 120-page art storytelling. And I highly recommend it. It was so fucking good. It felt like a little video game kind of story. So go check that out. If somebody can drop the link to Rob Cham's, it's called Light on Kickstarter. It was so good. You should check that out. And then I read Black Friday, which luckily I don't have the issue to show, but it was like a really creepy cover. It's like a year ago, somebody was killed in a supermarket. on Black Friday, and it's now a year later, and they're seeing all this creepy stuff, and like there's blood on the floor, and they don't know what's going on, and it ends with this really like crazy weird ending that's going to set up a lot of stuff going forward. I don't really want to say what it is, but it was a really good issue, and the art was really cool. The cover really is what sold me on it.
That's a creep. Both covers are super creepy.
I didn't know there was a second one.
Yeah, it's not really that different from the first one. The B cover, the head, something's head is closer to the focal point of the page.
Okay.
So I have it here somewhere. I don't know where, but I got it here somewhere because I just read it myself.
Yeah, it was really good. I just read that. And then my pick of the week, which I'd say almost any of those I just named off, Light, Kill Journal, Black Friday, Plot, and Resonant, all could have been my pick of the week. But I picked Snow Angels #2, which is Lemire and Jock on Comixology.
God dang.
It's fucking awesome.
Should have reminded me it was out. I'm not like
yeah. I tweet every time I read something. I tweet about like my review. If you follow me on Twitter, yeah. No, well, you should follow me on Twitter, and then maybe you'll know.
I don't follow you on Twitter or Instagram. So.
Good. But it basically this family can't leave the trench, and there's just this long ass trench, and people are getting killed by this dude called the Snowman, and they didn't think the Snowman was real. That's all I can really say about it. But it's fucking great.
Hey, that Kill Journal, I remember seeing that when it was up as an IGG. Can you get that at your LCS?
No, I ordered it through that, and then he sends the PDFs every like month when they come out until the physical comes out.
Gotcha.
Yep. And that was my top 3.
Good stuff. Good top 3 if I do say so myself. But
okay.
must be fucking getting to that time though. Are you ready, Tyler?
Oh yeah, I'm always ready.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So each week I give 3 fire comic book facts, and you won't know them unless you already do. So number 1, Captain Marvel holds the rank of captain, and number 2, Loki is not only from Asgard, he is also related to Thor. And number 3, well, I don't have a third one this week, but hopefully next week I can have a third one, or maybe I'll even get an extra one for you guys since I only had 2 this week.
Some crazy knowledge you're dropping there.
You're welcome, everyone.
It was the smile afterwards that sold it, man.
Helping the community makes me happy.
It kind of made you look insane. I'm not gonna lie. For like 5 seconds, I was like, "Did Slippy just lose it? Like, did he just snap right there? Is that like was he just like, you know what? Fuck this shit." Like,
oh Jesus.
Sorry, everybody. I apparently I'm here to totally fuck up the Whack Comic Show. I apologize. I'll do my best.
If you fuck up the Whack Comic Show, that's a win right there.
You're right about that. Bad fanfic. You're right.
All right. Well, we've got another segment that we like to do. And we might start getting into that. I'm always excited for this segment. It's probably one of my favorite segments of the week to do every single week. Are you ready?
I don't know.
Did you hear that last segment, Mr. Miracle Man? I was just wondering.
I did. I heard it. I heard it when when it played. I heard it.
All right, cool. Because you need to hear this one.
Okay.
Daddy's Toy Chest. Daddy's Toy Chest.
Did I sign myself up for?
So this week, Daddy's Toy Chest is brought to you by Flash by Night. So Flash by Night reached out to me. He didn't know he did, but he did. And he's doing a 100 subscriber giveaway right now. So everyone should go subscribe to Flash by Night if someone could drop his link. And then Daddy would love it if you subscribe to him. And Daddy would love it if you just let him know that he supported our channel. So I guess I'm going first. Daddy's going to go.
Daddy, do it. I made you big screen. I want to see what you got for me, Daddy.
Yeah, Daddy's big. Daddy's ready. So Daddy's going to show off his Woody.
Oh, Daddy.
So Daddy's got a big Woody here. And Daddy likes to dress up as Woody and put a hat on his
Woody's
Woody.
got a cowboy hat. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, and I've got like a nice little cowhide on my Woody. I like to put different things on my Woody. I like my Woody in boots too. And sometimes I'll pull on my Woody and it'll make sounds.
Ride like the wind, bullseye!
Yeah, so Daddy liked that.
Daddy, that is amazing. Daddy, what have you got anything for us, Daddy?
Fucking shit. I don't know if I can do this, guys. I got people who actually call me Daddy. This is so if you don't have anybody who calls you Daddy, it's less disturbing. I'm telling you. So I just moved, and most of my figures are packed up. All right, so
That's okay, Daddy. Show us what you
Yeah,
got.
that's fine with Daddy. Ooh, is that Green Lantern? He's a daddy.
It is. It is actually. You know what? I'll be honest with you. If this was a leather suit, he would be a hot, sexy green leather daddy. And I would be into it because Hal Jordan's kind of. I mean, look at that. Look at that ass.
Oh, that's a nice ass, Daddy.
Right.
Daddy likey.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this guy. Look, he jingles. You can swing him back and forth.
Oh wow. Well, Daddy.
This is from the Justice League New Frontier. The only time I ever bought an Ultimate box, like steel case box edition, was to get this fucking 39-cent fucking Green Lantern figure.
I would have done the same thing, Daddy.
Daddy wants what he wants.
Right. Please move on. I can't fucking do this.
All right, Daddy. I got one before we go. Okay, Daddy, you both know how much I love Jar Jar. Okay, Daddy always has this Jar Jar sitting next to Daddy, but that's not the only Jar Jar Daddy has. Okay, Daddy has this Jar Jar as well. He's a little Jar Jar. Daddy's had this Jar Jar since he was a little Daddy. Daddy's getting a bit nostalgic for Daddy's old toys. So here we go. That's a little jar, and of course I've got a bigger jar as well, a bigger Jar Jar for Daddy.
Nice.
Daddy just can't have one Jar Jar, of course. So, I got the three Jar Jars. Daddy loves Jar Jar. We're Jar Jar for life over here.
Daddy pulled him out of the box. Daddy usually keeps him in the box.
Well, that's what I said. These are toys that Daddy's had since Daddy was just a wee Daddy, just a tiny little Daddy.
So when you were a little Daddy, you made better decisions about your toys.
No.
Daddy's toy chest. Daddy's toy chest.
There's a good point in the chat here. Do you have a Jar Jar jar?
A jar. Oh, I need to get
Keep
a
your
Jar
Jar Jars in? Right.
That would-
Like you should get a giant jar of Jar Jar to store all the Jar Jar in a Jar Jar jar.
Mm,
That would be perfect. That would be perfect.
that's genius.
Yeah.
Stopping JLH, thanks heaps for jumping in, man. You jumped in at a crazy time. We were just doing Daddy's toy chest. I hope you enjoyed that. If everyone's not subscribed to Stop and JLH, go and do that because he puts out some fun fucking content for Funko related.
Yeah,
stuff.
drop your link.
But yeah, Daddy's toy chest. That was good. How'd you go with that, Miracle Man?
Listen, all I'm gonna say is I'm gonna tell my girl never to call me Daddy again.
Did you hear that, Tyler? I think we got some
shit.
breaking news. Did you hear that? We're live with breaking news.
What? I don't have any breaking news. What? I don't know. Give me something. So it's dead air, and you know what they say? It's really bad to have dead air. Breaking news: Miracle Man is lost on this show. I thought I was good at this kind of shit, and I'm not.
We're live with breaking news. That was some crazy informative.
Wow.
news.
Thank you very much.
I want a script next time I'm on this fucking show, y'all.
We want a script. We're still looking for a script.
I'm already a rum and coke and a half in here, boys. I need a little.
Daddy's thirsty.
Yes, Daddy is thirsty.
All right. Well, we're getting you all nice and warmed up. Maybe it's time we did a live episode of Whack Comics. We've got a live episode of Whack Comics we're going to do. Miracle Man has I've actually prepped him on this one. This is one we talked about earlier.
Yes.
He's agreed to come get whacked. So let's do it. Let's get whack. He's ready.
Yeah.
Warning, no good comics were harmed in this video.
Hello everyone. Welcome to fucking Whack Comics. I'm here with Tyler and fucking Miracle Man. How you guys going?
Doing
You're
great.
going good. So
Fantastic.
Well, we're bringing a whack hack to the community, okay? So we're talking comic book gloves today, all right? And Tyler, why don't you show us what you have first?
good. Okay, so as you all know, I use Slippy Fingers when I'm reading. And if you haven't seen that episode yet, you definitely need to check it out. It was a lot of fun. We got a lot of people on, and they showed their love for Slippy Fingers. So I don't need gloves. Like, seemed like ridiculous to me. But one thing I do is I always put comic books on my Tootsies. So I'll do this.
Oh, it's foot gloves.
Yeah, so I have foot gloves. But the
Wasn't
one thing you
expecting
want to do is you want to make sure you leave your Tootsies out. So I can still wave my Tootsies, I can still pick things up, and I can just enjoy my day. And now I've got a nice comic book Tootsie glove.
That's good. I like that.
That's a nice Tootsie glove. I was
Fuck
not
it.
expecting a foot glove. I'm a bit fucking surprised.
That's a
But,
touchdown. You guys can go ahead.
Miracle Man, have you got a glove that you put on your hand and not your feet? I don't know.
I mean, whenever I read comics, you know, you got to be careful, right? Because modern comics are a little bit better, but if you read some of the older comics, one of the worst things you can do is have like sweaty hands. Do you ever have sweaty hands and you hold your comic and then you pull your hand away and like, oh, it's ink all over my comic or all over my hand for my comic, right? That's terrible.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody wants that. So what I do is I make a glove and I'll just take my like a comic, right? And then I'll go like this, right? And I'll just wrap it and and then I'll read my comic like that. See, like, look, see,
Nice.
look at that.
Oh, that is beautiful.
It's beautiful. I can flip the pages. I can't do this one. Hold on. I can flip. I can just read it. And now look, there's no ink coming off my comic. How about that?
That's perfect. That's perfect.
How about that?
I've got a little one as well. Tyler, you're making me fucking really uncomfortable. So I've got one.
I don't know how.
I'm just going to grab this book here, this comic, and I'm just going to slap my hand in the middle like that. And then this one's going to be a really good glove. I'm going to grab the tape. Okay. And I'm just going to... This is hard to do with one hand, surprisingly. I didn't think it would be. But here we go. There we go. And I'm just going to tape it up now. Like that. And just get rid of the tape now. And that's my glove. And I wave to people. I can pick up my comics that I'm going to read. You know, I can do all the things. It's these. I think these gloves, out of all the gloves that we've made today, is going to keep you the warmest. I don't want to shit on your guys' gloves, especially yours, Tyler. You're fucking making me really uncomfortable still. But yeah, this is the one. This is the one. Trust me.
What did I do?
That's a good glove. That's a good glove. Mine's definitely not built for warmth. It's built for goddamn, get those toes off the screen.
Oh God, Tyler, that was so fucked up, man. What the fuck are you doing to me?
You're welcome.
Wow.
That was something else.
My sister misspelled "we." She always goes "we" when I pull my toes out. She misspelled it though.
Yeah. It was terrible. All right, so I need to move on. I need a fucking a palate cleanser after that, so we can all forget about the feet and shit. Because that was just fucking. I'm gonna have nightmares. So what I like to do sometimes I like.
Sorry.
Sometimes I like to whack in the wild, okay, and this is one that might even be a teaser for a video that might be coming later in the week.
Well, he's always muted when we come back because he doesn't know what he's doing.
That's what happens when I whack in the wild sometimes. And, yeah.
Watching you yeet all those comics, I don't know if I like my nerves are shot. Like I don't even know if I can handle that. Like one time I handed a book to I got Burt Ward to sign a comic, Robin from the Batman show. I got Burt Ward to sign a Batman 66 meets Green Hornet. It's a great Alex Ross cover. I should have pulled that out. And he autographed it for
Ralph Garman.
And when I handed it to him, he took it and he was like, crunch, like,
ooh.
And I was like, dude, you were Robin in 1966. Bitch, you have been to 10,000 Comic Cons. You know you don't hold a comic like that. And that gave me heart palpitations. Watching you hold up that last Ronin that looked like it floated down from the sewer, like it was Pennywise's fucking copy of Last Ronin, had my heart up in my throat. I'm just gonna tell you, it's up in my throat.
Well, we're happy we gave. I feel like a lot of people don't get that feeling when they watch YouTube videos, so we're happy that we can bring that to you.
Yes, comic destruction you don't see very often. Often.
It's all in the name of art, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Where I like to say
art.
that we're like post-modern conformist art.
I've never heard you say that.
I say it all the time, Tyler.
Oh, I must not be listening.
It's not surprising. But...
So I know Lee had a bunch of questions for you. Or no, actually, before we get into that, why don't you tell them what is coming up on our channel, just real quick, because we got some big news.
Yeah. All right. So there was a couple of really cool things that I got to do and getting to do. So last night, I can say it, but I can't say too much. Last night I went to the fucking Australian premiere of Godzilla vs Kong. I won some tickets through my local comic book store. Shout out Comics Etc. I love you guys
because we're a part of Whack Comics.
Yeah, and anyway, I got there and my brother Sean interviewed a couple of people, and it's a video is going to come out on that like Thursday morning, my time. When will that be for you, Tyler? It'll be like Wednesday.
No
night?
one knows.
No one knows. It's Thursday.
No one knows.
Thursday
Australia
4
time
a.m.
is inconceivable.
Thursday 4 a.m. Australia. It's
So
going to be really cool. Like honestly,
3
the video,
p.m. Wednesday.
the video that we're putting together is a lot of fun, and I can't wait for everyone to see it. It was fucking. I'm not allowed to say too much on like give an actual review because the embargo and stuff. But I'll just say this: everyone, go watch it in the cinemas, please. It's a great movie to watch in the cinemas, and if you've been missing going to the cinemas like I have, this is a fucking great movie to go back and watch in the cinema. And are you planning on seeing it, Miracle Man?
Actually, yes, I'm supposed to do. So I'm not going to see it in the. We see here in New York, we call it the theater. So I'm not going to go see it at the theater. I'm going to be doing a live viewing on. I don't know if I can say this. I hope they don't get mad at me. But I'm going to be doing a live viewing with the I Freaking Love Comics channel on the 2nd. So we will be hunkering down remotely, and each of us will be watching it and doing a live review of it. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. Again, guys, if I wasn't supposed to say that, I'm sorry. But
No, that's cool. That's cool. But I'll definitely go. We freaking love comics.
yeah, I freaking love comics. IFLC, they're great. If you guys aren't familiar with the channel, go sub them up. They're a really great group. Judah, Robo, Ree, I love them to death. And we've done a lot of stuff together, and I'm looking forward to doing a lot more together because they're absolutely my home away from home, from not near Mint.
Awesome.
So
And yeah, so I also got something really cool. I haven't got it yet, but I'm getting something really cool. Last time I was at my comic book store, the guy walked up to me and it's like, so how much do you like Invincible? And I was like, I currently had all them Invincible singles that I just showed off and some trade paperbacks for Tech Jacket. And I was like, well, I'm still buying it after I've read it. I fucking love it, And he was like, well, we might have some stuff for you, some promo stuff that we're getting in from Prime. There's going to be like a charger, stickers, and fucking. I don't know what the charger is. I'm like, what the hell kind of promotional item is that? That's weird, but I'm keen to see it all. And depending on how much cool stuff I get and like what kind of stuff it is, I might make a little video out of it to show everyone, because I'm pretty sure it's some stuff that not many people are going to be able to see, because Tyler hit up his LCS and they didn't know shit about it.
Yeah, they didn't know.
So I only really have one question for you, Miracle Man.
hit me.
What grinds your gears?
Yo, you don't want to know what the fuck grinds my fucking gears. Listen, I'm just gonna lay it out here, and if for those of you who don't know me, I Miracle Man began in the mean streets of Twitter, fighting with a certain group of alt-right hate trolls who claim they're the real comics fans. I won't even do them the fucking service of saying their name because they're beneath every single real comic fan in the world. They're gatekeepers who accuse others of gatekeeping. They're hate trolls who accuse others of being hateful. If you're even tangentially tied to them, I ain't gonna fuck with you. I don't have nothing to do with you. You ain't my friend. I ain't gonna back your shit. There ain't no fucking middle ground with a goddamn hate group. And if you're part of that hate group, if you're willing to say something stupid or intellectually dishonest, like, oh, they're just like shock jocks, then you can get the fuck out, because I ain't got nothing to fucking say to you. And this past week, I'm not going to say any names, but that happened with somebody who I had promoted their work, somebody who I was friendly with, somebody who I gave, connections within the community to, and they don't owe me nothing. I did that of free will, and I brought it up to them that, hey, you're kind of flirting with some hate group members over here, Bubba, and acted like a little baby back bitch about it, and like, that's cool. I'm not going to fight with you. Fucking done with your ass. I don't care what you think. I don't care what your politics are. I don't care what your opinions are. There's one place we cannot ever have any goddamn middle ground, and that's whether or not other people have any right to exist in this space. Comics are really for everyone. They're for every single person that didn't have anything else in their life. They're for every single person that didn't know anybody growing up. They're for every single person that needed some escapism and some enjoyment. And to have a little mob of hateful little 4chan rejects constantly chasing people out, claiming it as their own space, just fucking grinds my gears. So that's what grind my gears this week.
Yeah, somebody actually reached out to me because I was following this person and said, "Hey, I don't know if you know what's going on," which I didn't. So I blocked them, and then I reached out to Lee and told him that. And then he looked up and saw that all of that other stuff on Twitter. Everyone, I just put Miracle Man's Twitter. That's where you want to follow him. He's always online. He's always hitting people up. So if you guys want to know what's good to read, definitely go follow him.
Thank you. The collection's just shy of about 25,000 comics at this point, guys. If there's a publisher that exists, I've probably read something from them. So anytime you want to that's fucking A right, Rob. Anytime you want to talk comics, I'm always all about it. If you want to dunk on some chuds, I'm also all about that. So, you can hit me up for that too.
I'm always keen for dunking on chuds.
Well, they make it so easy. They show up and they say like stupid shit like, they turned Bobby Drake gay, Meanwhile, if you read Chris Claremont's run, you knew he was gay since at least 1980. And they say stuff like that. And they say, oh, man, Squirrel Girl has terrible art. Why would Marvel do that? You mean one of their 105 books last month had art you didn't like? There's 100 books a month that come out that I don't like. There's still another 100 or 150 whose art I do like. Just these chuds, they make it easy. They make it easy to dunk on them,
Yep. So, like I said before, go follow Miracle Man, and you'll find out who these people are. He'll call them out. Like, you'll see. Yeah. I follow so many people that I definitely miss sometimes, stuff like that. But it got pointed out to me by a fellow member of the community. So,
and you can also find Miracle Man on the Not Near Mint show every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link's in the description for both Miracle Man's Twitter and for the Not Near Mint channel. So seriously, Not Near Mint's like my favorite show of the week. Every week, I always look forward to it. And you're always a highlight on the show, Miracle Man. Always making me laugh.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
I was wondering, how did you get hooked up with Rob to start going on that show?
So our very first episode was about 15 months ago, and it's titled "We Need to Talk About Ethan." And you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I had done a live tweet reading of the Battletoad ripoff comic that was published by Harris back in 97, 98, 96, maybe it was. And, I was honest, hey, this was good. This wasn't good. This was a much younger creator. Yes, he has the blackened soul of the Grinch at this point times 1,000. But this was, a young guy starting out. So I'll be fair. And Rob hit me up and said, "Hey, I'd love it if you came on the show and talked about the book." And that's what all it was supposed to be at first. And then he kind of just let me run with some of the history and some of the stuff that has happened over the years. Because unfortunately, that individual and the little troll group that buzz around him like flies on the lump of dung he is. And this is the view of me and not Whack Comics or Slippy Fingers. They'll both probably admonish me for this afterwards, everybody, just so you know, if there's any of those folks out there hearing this right now. This is my view, okay? You fucking flies buzzing around dung. That group has this ability to rewrite history. And they've done it multiple times. Because what happens is they get a fresh crop of new recruits in there who, they attack with vigor and then realize very slowly over time that it's toxic or that it's lies or whatever. And they all kind of dissipate. And then they get in a new crop. So they got to tell them a whole new mythology about how, they're just there to make everything better in the world. And it's these evil... the dumbest term ever, these evil social justice warriors that make everything worse. So he kind of let me just go off and tell the true history. And he and Lady were like, "Hey, how about you just keep coming back?" And so I did.
Nice. I'm glad that you did as well, because seriously, the whole crew that Rob's put together over there, and I love Ace, the new member of the show.
Yeah,
that occasionally rocks up. I reckon it really is just like an awesome mixed batch of people, and I love you all, seriously.
Oh, wow! Thank you so much. That's a glowing praise I did not expect. I started doing this show just to have fun with it, just to hang out with some friends, talk comics once a week, and Rob was like, "Oh, you're so knowledgeable. I love talking to you about stuff." And I was like, "I'm like considered the average guy in my group, my peer group of comic nerds up here." I'm not bad. It's just I don't stand out because my friends are some hardcore comic nerds up here, and so it was nice to be able to talk and impart and share some knowledge and the passion and the love for it. Rob Wurst from the Not Near Mid show, guys, is just an incredibly passionate guy. Loves doing the YouTube, loves the community, without Rob, we wouldn't have any show at all. He is absolutely the muscle, the brain, he pulls it all together. So I just
he
show
does
up.
all right.
You said it right. Rob loves the community. If you go watch an episode of Not New Men, you see at the beginning the intro. Rob has compiled an amazing intro, like featuring so many different members of the comic book community. And he's said before that if you don't see yourself in there, to message him and he'll put you in there, because he wants everyone. He wants, because it's a big comic. We're all in this together. We're growing together, learning together, reading together. Telling people get fucked together. It's all fucking all good.
So I watch you guys every Wednesday at work, and I go to work a little bit early on Wednesday. Really, I leave like 10 minutes early just to make sure I can see the beginning. And then the worst part of the show every single week is when you guys are finally wrapping up. I'm like, damn it. Now what am I going to watch? Because it's just a great show. You guys just talking shit. I love it.
It's not Taylor, it's Payer. Rob.
Tom Taylor's my fellow Aussie, that guy.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, that's prescience right there. That's what Rob's doing. He doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to get us Tom Taylor at some point. I'm not going to rest until I get me some Tom Taylor on the show.
Yeah, how do you guys get all those big names? Like, was it Ace that got Gail Simone to pop on with you guys?
Yes, Ace got Aces, they're great. Ace, they're always on there talking to creators. Indeed, sir. And Ace has gotten. They got Ace. They got Gail to come on. They got Tim Pool and DB Andre to come on. We have a couple other guests that they spoke to first and connected me with, so I could talk to them. And I don't want to give away too much, but coming up over the next month, Jesus, Ace.
I'm ready for it. We'll
I'll
do it
be
with
so
you. We've got some hacks for you guys to help you out.
Yeah, we're no stranger to 24-hour live streams.
Oh man. But yeah, coming up, we're gonna have Tom Pear here on the show tomorrow night. We will also be having Eric Palicki coming up soon. Kwanzaa Osejafo. I'm gonna fuck his name up. I know I'm gonna. Is gonna be coming on the show. And we got some really great guests lined up. Here's how you get the guests on the show. So honestly, I've been on Twitter since 2017. And like really started getting involved in the comics community probably near the tail end of that year, maybe midway through that year. I spent every day getting in threads and talking about comics. So a lot of them just started to know who I was. Got some mutual follows. God damn it, Rob. Save it. Make a new one. Save that one for when we get Tom Taylor. What you do? Yes, please send me the audio, Ace. What I do is, I'm just very direct, and I'll reach right out to them. Everybody who's coming on the show, they're mutuals one way or another, except for DB and Tim. Publishers, especially these smaller publishers, not DC and Marvel, although there's creators from there that are very approachable. But like Vault, Scout, Black Mask, you talk to those folks and you promote their books. You just talk about their books. I'm never fake. I'm not talking about books I don't like. I talk about books I love. I tag in the creators. I want to tell people, hey, I like this book. And the more people I tell about this book, the better chance the books are going to stay, right? Like more people are going to buy them, and that used to be like the reverse, like not to get off topic too badly, but that used to be the reverse. Like back in the day when there was a really good book, people didn't tell you about it because like it was like theirs, like they were like they were protecting it or something.
They felt some sort of ownership over it, hey?
Right. And
My book.
it's a weird offshoot from that gatekeeping part of the fandom, which exists in every fandom, I want people to buy these books. So, creators notice that, they definitely pay. If you guys, for everybody watching and listening, if you ever want to get comic creators on there, talk about their books. Even the big guys like it when people talk about their books because, comic books, Jack Kirby is my hero. He was my hero before I found out he personally killed 4 Nazis. He became my bigger hero when I found out that every personal anecdote he ever told in his life ended with, "You ever hear about the time I killed 4 Nazis?" When I heard about the Nazis showing up at Marvel, the office building and wanted to come in, and he rolled up his sleeves to go down there and kick the shit out of them, he became even more my hero. But Jack Kirby, the reason Jack Kirby is as prolific as he is because he is the quintessential comic creator in the quintessential time of comics, which meant he was not ever not working. He was never not drawing something to get paid. Because they had no health care, they had no benefits, they had no pensions. This is back in the day when like every fucking dog walker had a pension. Every job had a pension back then. Comic creators didn't have no fucking pension. Same thing with the pulp creators before them. So so comics stand. They've said, or Jack Kirby said, comics will break your heart, but they'll also break your back, because if you want to make a living at them, you got to just be working nonstop. So that still holds true to this day. We see a lot of comics that get successful. You have your Walking Deads who blew up, and Robert Kirkman now has a whole career, has nothing to do with comics, but that's not the norm. Even the big names. Jeff Johns, the only reason he writes comics is because he was like a gopher for Richard Donner and was like, I really want to make movies. I'm gonna go make comics, and then maybe I can make movies, which was weird at the time because that wasn't real common. But so most of the creators that to this day, even if it's somebody you see all the time, every single time one more person buys a book, they have just that little bit more of life stability. And they notice that. So to promote their stuff, they're going to come on your shows, guys, is basically what I'm saying. I said that in a really long, rambling fucking way.
Yeah, kind of like what you said before about sharing what books you love. Like, I read Invincible around December, and then Lee right after, and now there's a show coming out about it. Like, I'm not saying we were the reason there's a show. I don't want to say that directly, but we read it and said we liked it, and now there's a show.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
I don't know.
We have an influence on the old Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually think that happens, and this is a smaller version. But I was talking about Savage. It wasn't that like that
huge.
Big. It was so I was talking about Savage Dragon. I've been collecting Savage Dragon, and I am very blessed in my area. There is a shit ton of comic shops around me. There's like 6 regular LCSs that I can be at in 20 minutes. And there's another half dozen places that I can go and do digs that are like antique shops or just non-traditional comic places, but places that have comics every time I go there. And so I do get a lot of product here, and I do get to see a lot of stuff. But I said, man, I found a honey hole with Savage Dragon, and I picked up like 5 or 6 of them. I'm gonna go back and get the rest. And the next time I went, all those fucking Savage Dragon were gone, and they were sitting in that shop since they came out in the late 90s and early 2000s. And somehow, after I talk about it, they all get bought.
I've never read Savage Dragon, literally not one issue, but I just discovered it, like literally very recently, because the first appearance of Invincible is in Savage Dragon. So,
is it really?
It is. It goes Savage Dragon, Tech Knight, Invincible.
What issue?
102.
Interesting.
I don't have that one, but I just recently got this one, which is
I did just see that one too. Yeah, that is fucking amazing. I'm gonna be looking for that one. I don't think that one's too expensive though.
No, that one's much more affordable and approachable.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll tell you why I like Savage Dragon. If you've ever liked anything in comics, thanks, lady. If you've ever liked anything in comics, Savage Dragon has it in it. Like, did you like Secret Wars? There's a Secret Wars in Savage Dragon. Did you like Crisis on Infinite Earths? There's a Crisis. This is an issue from the Crisis on Infinite Earths in Savage Dragon. Like any of those big events, any of those, like, do you like the underground monsters of Fantastic Four? There's lots of underground monsters. I mean, you name it, it's in this book. And really, Savage Dragon is Eric Larson doing Jack Kirby. Like, not the first 50 or so issues. You can ignore all that shit. That's traditional, 90s image. But after, sorry, Eric, if you ever come along and hear this, please, I love Savage Dragon. Don't block me. But the first 50 issues traditional. But after that, like, it's really, really good. Now there is one we maybe could say downside, and it's that somehow in every single issue you will see his wife's labia minora, I think is the right term. You will see her nethers. You will see her nethers. So she's a nympho and she doesn't wear underpants.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Hey, you do you.
It might just be one panel. It might be a whole page of sex. You just don't know what it's going to be.
I knew Miracle Man liked Savage Dragon for some reason.
Might have to look into it for sure. But we're coming up. We've gone over an hour. We usually like to stick it to an hour, but we've gone over an hour. It's been a fun show. Did you want to plug anything before we wrap it up, Miracle Man?
I think you plugged all my shit already. Like, you guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Like I said, I'll be on IFLC coming up in about 10 days. I'm on the Not Near Min show every Wednesday night at 10. Ace, you have the best timing. We're gonna have Tom Payer on tomorrow night, not Tom Taylor. I'll shoot for Tom Taylor, but we're gonna have Tom Payer on tomorrow night. And for those of you who don't know, Tom Payer has literally worked in every single publisher for comics. He worked at Acclaim. He wrote Magnus. He's written Uncle Scrooge comics. He's done he did Justice League. He's the editor-in-chief of Ahoy, like I said, and he's writing Wrong Earth. The dude's been all over the comics world. It should be a great interview. Other than that, check out my homegirl, Eva Webb, her podcast, Titular Characters, I believe is what it's called. Eva is adorable. Follow her on Twitter. And she, you can find her podcast from there. Great. She is like, if you think my guests are great, like, she went back in time and interviewed Jack Kirby. Like, she is that good of getting guests. So
Nice. I'll have to definitely check it out.
yeah.
Well, thanks, Steve, for coming on. I can't wait to get you back on again. We're going to make our way through the Not Near Min crew, and then we're going to unite the 7 and get us all together. It is. It's 7 of us. It'd be 7.
I know. It's just
5.
funny. It sounds like a superhero team.
Yeah, it's from that Joss Whedon's Justice League movie, the superior Justice League movie.
Oh my God! Thank God we didn't even talk about that. That's fine. Next time.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. But hang around. Sorry about that. That sounded gross. Hang around for a minute, Miracle Man. I'm going to play the outro, but I want to chat to you before we let you go. But I just want to thank everyone in the chat that has come and watched us and talked shit in the chat. We love you. So anyone that made it on the replay, watching this long into it, you're a fucking whacking legend, and we appreciate you as well. And it's thanks heaps. It's been a fun show. Anything else you want to say, Tyler?
Nope.
Perfect. All right. See you later, everyone.
Night.
Check out Whack and Shattered Glass, or you won't see their comics trash. You see them whacking on the floor, you ain't gonna whack the same no more. Whackity whack. 3 fun facts. You see them whacking in your room. Let's see those comics to their doom. TikTok takeover overnight. Comics clean and sanitized. Whackity whack. Don't whack back.
This message is approved by Legendary Comics.